Good afternoon and welcome back. I am Rachelle Semplonius and here is our Skedline news for the day. Finance Minister Joe Oliver said the federal budget will be announced on March 29th. The goal was cut $4 billion in annual spending. Oliver calls it a jobs and growth budget, but no specific details will be given. One of our Skedline reporters, Alex Karageorgis, reports on the TTC fare hike. John Tory announced the fare will be increased by 10 cents starting March 1st, but children under 12 will be able to ride free. Check out the story on skedline.com. 11-year-old First Nation girl Michaela Salt suffered from a stroke and passed away. She was using native and alternative treatments to treat lymphoblastic leukemia after she stopped her chemo. When diagnosed, she had a 75% chance to live. A debate has been raised if children should choose their own treatments. ISIS asked for $240 million in ransom from the Japanese government in exchange for the lives of 2 Japanese hostages in a video. The 2 men in the ransom video have been recognized as Kenji Goto and Haruna Yukawa. The Japanese Prime Minister has not declared whether or not they will pay the ransom. Now for sports with Della Irwantini.
Hi, I'm Marisha Della, and these are your sport updates for today. The Toronto Raptors rolled into Milwaukee on Monday evening to take on the struggling Bucks. Raptors guard Kyle Lowry scored 18 points and was one of 6 players to reach double figures for Toronto. The Raptors improved their record to 27-14. The team currently sits atop the Atlantic Division. The Maple Leafs fell to the Hurricanes at the Air Canada Centre last night, 4-1. Since the firing of former head coach Randy Carlyle, the team has 1 win in their last 7 games. Toronto forward Nazem Kadri ended the team's goalless drought in the 3rd period. The Leafs have 2 goals in their last 4 games. Tiger Woods has hit a hole in gum. The golf superstar front tooth is missing after he was hit by a video camera in a media scrum. The former #1 golfer in the world made a surprise visit to Italy on Monday to watch girlfriend Lindsey Vonn compete in the 63rd World Cup of Skiing. In the world of tennis, Canadian superstar Milos Raonic defeated Ukrainian Ilya Marchenko in straight sets on Tuesday, advanced to the 2nd round of the Australian Open. Raonic said his momentum going into the match carried from his battle with Roger Federer earlier this year. The Etobicoke Sports Hall of Fame placed at the MasterCard Center on Saturday for the event of the Winter Carnival. Skedline reporter Natalie Stoberman has more.
The Etobicoke Sports Hall of Fame turned the MasterCard Center into a winter carnival. With the opportunity to win prizes and meet and greet with Hall of Fame and Toronto Maple Leaf alumni, Hall of Fame Chair Joanne Noble says the day was mainly for the youth of Etobicoke.
Free giveaways pretty much for 3 hours. It's really for the kids. You know, we want to connect to the community and stay connected to the Etobicoke community and just involve the kids and for a fun-filled day.
The hall continued its tradition of holding a public skate on the Maple Leafs practice ice to cap off the event. In only its 3rd year, Noble says there's a lot of talk about taking the Winter Carnival nationwide.
We started off on a whim, and it's been very successful and very well received by the Etobicoke community. So we have thoughts of expanding it and maybe incorporating it into some other bigger events across Canada.
The MasterCard Center is also the home of the Hall of Fame, so that means that anyone who comes in to play or spectate gets the chance to see the history of Etobicoke's contribution to athletics. Ted Magnell, member of the Board of Governors and owner of the Queensway Canadian Tire location, says that this location has such a huge impact.
People don't just walk by these displays and have a look and see the heritage of Etobicoke. I'm just blown away by the depth of the group that we have that have lived in Etobicoke or done sport in Etobicoke. It's something else.
The Hall of Fame displays have surprised and impressed visitors and locals like these 2 young hockey players from Guelph and Kitchener.
It's great, especially because it's like in the arena where the Leafs practice, so a lot of people come through here and they can see it. It's pretty amazing, like being able to see all this because there's nothing really like it.
So the saying goes, location, location, location. And now the Etobicoke Sports Hall of Fame will be shifting their focus to another location at the Royal Woodbine Golf Course for the Hall's 21st annual charity golf tournament coming up this June. Reporting for skedline.com, I'm Natalie Stoberman.
That's the sport updates for today. I'm Arisha Della, and now back to the studio.
Thank you, Della. Let's hope the Leafs' fortune change later this week. Now, entertainment with Elisa Tria.
Late American designer Lauren Scott will be remembered by the fashion world by her elegance and attention to detail. After almost a year of Scott's death, long-term boyfriend Mick Jagger is donating a university scholarship in honor of her. The details of the scholarship include one master's degree student per year to attend the University of Arts London, Central St. Martin's. The grant is offered over a period of 3 years and covers tuition and even living expenses. Scott took her own life at age 49. The fashion designer was very close friends with former course director of the London University, Louise Wilson. Chewbacca's wife is using social media to reassure fans that her husband is doing fine. 70-year-old Peter Mayhew, who plays Chewbacca in the legendary sci-fi spectacular Star Wars, is in hospital with pneumonia. His wife, Angie, spoke to fans over Twitter and Reddit about Mayhew's expected recovery. According to Angie, doctors are incredibly happy with his improvements and should be discharged in a couple of days. Fans can catch Mayhew in his iconic role in the upcoming film Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, in theaters December 18. A month after Stephen Colbert's final episode of The Colbert Report, a new late-night talk show has taken his place on Comedy Central, The Nightly Show with Larry Wilmore. You may know Larry Wilmore as the former senior black correspondent on The Daily Show. He has also written and produced for successful shows like Sister Sister, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the animated Eddie Murphy Show, and The Bernie Mac Show. In his opening show, Wilmore tackled issues of race and being one of the only black late-night hosts on American television. His guests included Senator Cory Booker and Bill Burr. Canadian viewers can catch The Nightly Show every night on Comedy Network at 11:30 p.m. American Sniper, the movie that hit box office highs over the weekend, is receiving mixed reviews. Reporter Kyle Weisgel has the scoop on skedline.com. That's all for your entertainment update. I'm Elisa Tria. Back to the studio.
Thank you, Elisa. Looks like I need to see American Sniper this weekend. Now, weather with Ronan O'Doherty.
Hey there, I'm Ronan O'Doherty, and here's your weather for today. It's a partly cloudy deep freeze out there, so be sure to stay inside if you have the option. If you absolutely have to venture out into the tundra, be sure to cover up adequately. Today's high is -6 and the low is -11. With the wind chill, it's probably going to feel like -14. Skedline reporter Shantae Allen speaks with Humber students who are trying to keep warm.
Oh, it's as cold as it can ever be, but I'm okay with it. I'm bundled up, so I'm pretty warm under here. And it's a pleasure to walk along here in the winter weather, because I find if you're well bundled up, you actually enjoy it.
It's very cold outside. You know, I'm trying to keep warm. I have my gloves. I have my hands in my pockets, you know, and I'm just, you know, just taking it in stride.
Today, it's the kind of cold that you get a headache from when you go inside, you know, like your ears feel like they're going to fall off.
As you can see, it's freezing cold outside. If you need to leave the house, make sure you wear your hat and gloves to protect yourself from frigid weather.
Thanks, Shantae. The week ahead should see a slight rise in temperature, but it's not time to pack away that winter gear yet. Tomorrow will be partly cloudy with a low of -11 and a high of -4. Thursday will essentially be a carbon copy of Wednesday with lows of -10 and a high of -3. On Friday, we'll see a few more clouds, but the temperatures should be a little more tolerable, with a high of -1 and a low of -7. We should see some flurries on Saturday, with the temperature rising to a high of 1 and a low of -3. Unfortunately, Sunday will see a return to colder temperatures, with a low of -11 and a high of -5. If it's any consolation, the sun should peek out during the day. That's your forecast. I'm Ronan O'Doherty. Back to you, Rachelle.
Thank you, Ronan. Looks like we're in for another cold week ahead of us. And that's your news for today. Until next time, I'm Rachelle Semplonius.